Okay, welcome to video 2. Okay, we need to rewrite each one in exponential form. Pretty easy. We know that this is the base number, this is the exponent, and this is the answer. Not bad. So in this one, remember when no number is written, that's 10. Okay, pretty easy. Don't have to do this one. I think you can figure out the third one just fine. Evaluate the logarithm. So this is log 6, 216. So for this one, you may need a calculator to do that. And we didn't really talk too much about that. So we could also just kind of attack the problem from another angle, which is just using common sense for these basic ones. So this is 6 to what power is 216. So these will all have whole number answers. And you can guess and check, or maybe you have that memorized. This one is 3 to what power is 1 over 27. And that would be 3 to the negative third. Because 3 to the negative third is this, which is this. I will do 7 because it is tricky. So for 7, we have log 1/4 is equal to 16. So this means 1/4 to some power is equal to 16. So I know the bigger exponent I get, the smaller number I get, right? So this must be a negative exponent answer. So if I were to make it a -2, for example, and I were to take this whole thing of 1/4 to the -2, that would give me 16. So the answer to this one is -2. All right. So this one is evaluate the logarithm. Yeah, we got it. Okay. 8 is super easy. We're not going to worry about that. Find the inverse of the function. 9 is easy. Once you see me do one, that's a little more difficult. So I'll do 10. So this is just like last chapter. When we find the inverse, what do? We switch x and y, and then we solve for y. So this would be my base number, my exponent, my answer. And that 1/2 is in parentheses, actually, because the whole thing, the whole number 1/2, is being taken to the x power. Without the parentheses, it would just be the 1, which isn't good. Okay, log, base number, answer, exponent. Okay. All right, and x plus 3 is actually also in parentheses there. Okay, let's do 12. So for 12, we're going to switch x and y. And then from here, I'll take away 6. So I have log y. So I'm going to have, oh, actually, so y is not the base. It's like loggy. Okay, lost my train of thought for a second. Okay, there's really a 10 here. So we got 10 to the x minus 6 power is equal to y. Okay, solve each equation using your algebraic methods. Use a graphing calculator. Check your solutions. When appropriate, round solutions to the nearest hundredth. Check for extraneous solutions. So those would be solutions that don't make sense in the context of the problem. It's not going to be too much of an issue here, though, nor will it be on the test. Okay, so for this one, I need to solve it for x by making it a logarithm. Oops. So I would put this into my calculator. Log 3, 2, 1, 8, 7. So when I do that, and I will let you use a calculator for that, although I don't think you're going to need to on the test, so this might not be the greatest example. But that is 3 to the 7th power. You could get around it by just testing in your calculator. Okay, I know it's 3, I know it's a whole number, I know it multiplies to 2187, so it's to the 7th power. Okay, this one would be 2 to the 6th is equal to x minus 4, and I know 2 to the 6th power is 64, and then I add and I get 68. Okay, that one's easy too. Let's do one that's more challenging. I like it. Number 16. Okay. This is kind of like what we did at the start of the test. We're going to start by solving it using basic algebra. Minus 20. No, there's no minus. Sorry. Okay. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Now it's a real little problem, something that's more manageable for me to handle. So I'm going to make a logarithm, and I know that logarithm is base 3. I know the answer to the problem is 9. And then I know that it's going to equal the exponent of x minus 4. And then I'm going to add 4 to both sides, and I'm going to have log 3, 9 plus 4 is equal to x. On the calculator, I don't think you're going to have to enter logarithms. We'll talk about it beforehand, but it's not going to be anything like this one where you're going to have to enter that to a calculator and get the answer. All the ones you would be expected to do in your head. This one would be a little too big for that, though, so I wouldn't stress about that. This one is entirely doable. So log 3, 9 is really asking us 3 to what power is 9? So log 3, 9 is 2. And 2 plus 4 is x. And 2 plus 4 is 6. 17. Okay. 17 actually goes quadratic. I don't think we're going to have a quadratic one on there, but I guess it's not bad to be ready. And if I do this one, you can easily understand all the rest of them. So why not? Let's do it. But again, probably not on the test. So if you do want to skip this one, maybe I'll have it on as a challenge or something. It's up to you. But I'm going to do it. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to start out with log 6, 3x. Addition is multiplication. So that's going to be times x minus 1. And that is going to equal 3. Okay. So far, so good. So I would like to use the distributive property as I simplify this. Not bad. Okay. Now we got to do just a little bit of work, okay? So my base number is 6. My exponent is 3. My answer is 3x squared minus 3x. That was a jump, but I think you guys got it, okay? And then I need to get 0 on one side because it's quadratic, like from AGS2. Minus 216. And then I could divide all of these by 3. So you could plug this into the quadratic formula. You could actually probably guess and check if you didn't remember how to do that, but I'm hoping you do. I would just factor this. So when I factor this, I need to find two numbers that multiply to negative 72 and then add to negative 1. That would be negative 9 and positive 8, telling me that this breaks down to x minus 9, that one, and x plus 8, that one. The two things that make this true, well, it needs to be 0. So 9 is an answer. And this needs to be 0, which would be negative 8. Tough problem. Okay, the answers to all the rest of them are on Canvas. You don't have to do natural log. You do not have to do the earthquake problem, although we will get to those at some point. And that is going to be it for this study guide video. Hopefully that was helpful. If anything was left out, please do check Canvas where all the answers are posted. And it's not just, like if you look on Canvas, it's not just going to say 9 and negative 8. It's going to have all this shown work for you to follow too. And this video gives you a good enough idea how to do that, I'm hoping. Thanks for listening.